Alright, check this out. I go by Blue Devil. I'm from the county of Los Angeles, and this is my Southside story. Alright, I'm Blue Devil. I'm from LA County, and this Southside story took place in about 2000, 2001. I was talking to this girl for about probably 6 months now. Uh, my future baby mama, and I didn't even know at the time. And so she hits me up one day and tells me, "Hey, I got a homegirl that wants to kick it, so bring a homie with you." And this goes back to what I always say. There's certain homies that sometimes you can't take them anywhere. No matter where it is, they don't know how to act, right? So I call a couple of my partners, right? A couple of homies that I always kick it with, my wingman, solid homies, right? Nobody was around at all. And I really wanted to kick it with this girl, right? And so I had no choice but to call the last person on the list, which was a knucklehead homie, right? A homie that gets no action because he's too busy gang banging on everybody, right? Active youngster, right? But because I didn't want to miss out, I hit him up and I go, "Hey, check this out. I got this homegirl I'm gonna kick it with, and she got a friend, so I need you to come through with me." I go, "But check this out, fool. You can't be acting up. You can't be loud. You can't be fucking drunk. None of that, right? Everything's cool. Just come with me. We're gonna kick it. We're gonna post, and then you're gonna get some action." So check this out. We go over to the girl's pad. He goes with me. I pick him up. I go pick him up. Uh, we go to the girl's house, right? And I used to live in some apartments, right? Like some project apartments. And I lived in the front. The girl I was talking to lived right behind me, so I can literally knock on my wall and she could hear me. And her friend lived two doors down. So we lived right in the same complex, same building. And so I'm wearing some house slippers. I'm wearing a regular t-shirt, right? And house slippers and some pants, right? And you guys already know that if you're outside active, you should not be wearing slippers, chanclas, flip flops. You should be wearing your shoes, tying up, ready for action. But because I was in my complex, and I had homeboys were always outside walking around, I didn't think nothing of it. So me and the homie go kick it with these girls right behind my apartment, and we had to climb in through the window to kick it at the friend's house, right? So we climb in through the window. We had some bottles of Mickey, that green 40-ounce bottle of Mickey's. We had a few of them, and those little chug containers. I don't know if you guys remember them, but they used to sell them like in a 6-pack. They were like little barrels of green Mickey's. That shit fucks you up, you know. We were kids. I was probably like 19, 20, you know. I think probably even younger than that. I don't recall, right? But the homie was like 3 years younger than me, right? He was a little homie, but crazy motherfucker. So we're in there kicking it with these females. We're chilling, it's just drinking, talking, playing music. And I'm going to take it back to CDs. We used to listen to CDs back then. A lot of you young kids don't know what CDs are now, right? We're just chilling. And the homie starts drinking and he starts getting out of hand, right? So I got to keep telling him, "Fool, relax. Take it easy, homie," right? So then all of a sudden, the lights go off. He goes over there with the girl he's with, and I'm over here doing what I do, right? But he ain't getting no action. Because instead of him getting action, he's fucking gang banging. Even though I'm telling them, like, chill. Like, I know a lot of you fools know homies like that. That even though you take them around women, they don't know how to be with women or kick it with women. They're too busy trying to bang, right? So I'm chilling with the girl I'm trying to be with, chopping it up, doing my thing, right? And all of a sudden I hear this fool being extra loud. And the girl, the friend was like, "Hey, tell your homeboy to shut up. He's being too loud," right? And I tell this fool, "Hey, fool, shut your mouth." The mom comes knocking on the door. Bam, 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 bam. And the homegirl's like, "Hey, you guys gotta go. My mom's gonna come in here any minute," right? and the mom is trying to break in, trying to open the door to get in. So we jump out the window. The homie jumps out the window. I jump out the window. I have no shirt because I took it off. I'm blasted across the chest with my neighborhood. I'm bald headed, and some house slippers. The homie didn't get nothing, so that fool straight fully dressed. He jumps out, I jump out, we get out, right? We're hitting the corner to go to my pad. And I'm mad at him. I'm telling him, fool, what the fuck? You done fucked up the whole game, right? And so we're in the corner, and I'm walking in front. He's behind me. I'm talking, but I'm not paying attention to what he's doing behind me. So all of a sudden, I hear this fool yelling and screaming, drunk as fuck. And I turn around, and that fool is kicking cars. Just randomly kicking cars. And he starts kicking my uncle's car. Because in that apartment, only me and my uncle lived there. And my uncle was a paisa, border brother. So that fool's with the business. You know? And this fool's kicking my uncle's car. And I go, hey, fool, what the fuck you doing, homie? You're too drunk. Chill the fuck out, right? Little did I know that this fool had a strap on him. You know? We're walking. After he kicks the car, I keep walking because I went to go get him. I'm thinking he's behind me the whole time, right? So I'm still walking ahead of him, headed to my pad. And this is all like in a 1 minute span, because it's not even far. And all I hear is some Mexican people yelling in Spanish, no, right? They're yelling no, right? But loud. I don't know how to reenact this shit, but they're yelling no. Like they're literally yelling for their life. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know, and I'm faded, but I'm the type of guy that I can drink a lot and still be normal and hold my composure and act right. I don't black out like that, you know. And I turn around, and this fool's got the strap to some paisas. They're literally like, the barrel is probably like 5 inches away from the guy's head. And he's pointing the barrel at the guy's head. This fool got a chrome revolver. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I jet over there, which was like probably like 4 steps. Fool, what the fuck, homie? Right? Hey, fool, I heard him talking shit about you. Fool, I don't even know these people. These are regular fucking civilians. What the fuck you doing? Nah, I heard him talking shit. And I'm yanking this fool to come with me, right? I'm like, fool, let's go. Leave these people alone. And the paisas are yelling from the top of their lung. And I'm grabbing this fool. He don't want to come, right? So it's like, I'm not going to sit there and wait for this fool. So I said, fuck it, I'm gone, right? And I turn around to jet, and I hear it click, click, click. This fool literally try to smoke these people, and the gun jammed, revolver, right? So then I look back, and the paisas are gone. They took off. That was their time to get away. So I went back to try to get the homie. I'm thinking this was blacked out, this was gone, right? So I go again, like, fool, let's roll, bro. Let's get the fuck out of here, right? This fool is still yelling, bro. Yelling from the top of his lungs. He's faded, talking shit. Talking to himself, to his inner demons. I don't fucking know. He ain't trying to come. Fuck you then. I'm gone, dog. So I left. I'm booking. My house is literally where he was holding the gun to the paisa's head. I had a window right there. It was like a drive-through window. You know, it was cars could park, and my window was right there. But I sure wasn't going to my house. So I start jetting. And all of a sudden I hear bang, 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 bang. This fool is lighting up those paisas. Fool, what the fuck? Right? At that point, I ain't going back. I try to get the homie. The homie didn't want to come. I ain't going to sit there and be a sitting duck and wait for the huras, right? So I smash out. Remember, keep in mind, I'm wearing no shirt, tatted down with my neighborhood, in a rival gang, and now I'm walking down the main street. This fool ain't coming. I look back. He's nowhere to be found. I don't give a fuck. I gotta go. Right? So I'm smashing. I'm walking. And I'm walking as fast as I can to get away. And all I hear is the cops coming. Right? And I already know where they're going. And I make it about 4 or 5 blocks to a payphone in front of a liquor store. And this is the part where nobody believes me, right? I made it there, and I'm on the phone calling one of my big homies to let him know that this fool had done some dumb shit. Because I picked him up from the homie's house, and the homie was like, hey, you took him, you bring him. Alright, right? I'm responsible for this motherfucker. And so after I made the phone call, there was 2 hyenas coming out of the liquor store, and I start chopping it up with them. I'm wearing no shirt. I'm panicked from what's going on. And you know when that motherfuckers that have been in situations like this know that when you're nervous or panicked because something's happening, you could literally talk to anybody out of desperation of trying to act normal, like ain't nothing going on, right? And I end up kicking it with the girls. They end up taking me to their house, which is like literally a block away. They had beer, and I guess they were looking for a good time, so I end up going with them to their house. And now I'm indoors. The hyena gives me a t-shirt that belonged to her brother, some shoes I get out of the slippers, and a hat. And now I'm back to normal, right? I got a whole fit on. I'm not out there exposed. And even though I'm thinking of my homeboy, I'm looking at these 2 females like, this never happens. And believe it or not, this is the first time your boy had both of them, right? First time experience. Crazy to think that all this shit's going on and I'm over here having fun with 2 girls. Well, my homeboy's probably dead over there. But listen. You can, what do they say? You can walk a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. This motherfucker didn't want to come. I dragged him, pulled him, yanked him, and this fool was trying to fight me. Fuck you. We might be homies from the same hood, but I ain't about to go down with you. And anybody can say what they want, but if you ain't been in that situation, you can't speak. And so I'm kicking it with the girls, right? And like this happened around like 8 p.m. at night, right? So about 3 in the morning, I told the girls I gotta go, right? So I end up walking all the way back home, right, to the apartments. Coast is clear, nobody is there. I walk into my pad and I see my uncle, smoked out, tweaked out, playing with a revolver. Fool, where the fuck you get that gun from? He goes, fool, I walked outside and it was right there. And I'm thinking that's the same strap my homeboy had. Chrome revolver, long barrel. Because when I see my homeboy with it, I never asked him to look at it. I just seen him toting it. And my uncle's fucking smoking the scante pipe, fucking playing with the gun, the bullets. Just having a good old time. Found a brand new gun. So I didn't say nothing about it. I didn't tell him what happened. I didn't tell him nothing. Right? He told me he heard bullet shots outside. Whatever. I didn't want to say nothing yet because I didn't know what was going on with the cops or nothing like that. And I don't want one more person to know what's going on. Right? So I sleep it off. I go to bed. I'm thinking my homeboy got busted and went to jail. That's all I can think of. The next day I go to my homie's house where I picked him up from. And I'm walking in the door and I see my homie in the back, my big homie, right? And I'm telling him, hey, fool, this idiot did this and that last night, right? And everybody in the room is quiet. And I walk in, I look to the left, and I see my young homie. And he's mad dogging the shit out of me. And I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? You didn't go to jail? And I'm surprised because I'm like, the fuck you do? How'd you get away? Fucking, you did a magic trick or how the fuck you escape, right? And that fool's mad at me. I guess he had went and told the homeboys that I had left them, ditched them, and ranked it on them, right? And even though I was drinking, I was still in my right state of mind. But when you got homeboys that don't know how to act, they just don't know how to act. So then I'm sitting there trying to explain my side because now they want to give me a DP because they believe this dumb fuck. So then I tell the homie, the big homie, I go, fool, lick it. This is the way it went down. This is what happened. They put 2 and 2 together and they realized that my story was the correct one. So what had happened was this idiot, when he lit the paisas up, he threw the strap under my balcony, like under my steps. If you live in apartments, you guys know you got bottom, top, and you have stairways. This fool threw the strap under my stairway, and that's when my uncle found it, because when he threw it, it banged the door, and my uncle opened the door. That fool had a brand new present laying right there for him. So he threw it, and this fool booked it, right? He tried to catch up to me, but I was just speed walking. I was gone. I was probably like 3 minutes ahead of him. So right next door to the apartments, there's a fucking Church's Chicken, and there's like a little brick wall. This fool made it to the brick wall and started throwing up. So when the cops came, they seen a fucking gang member throwing up fucking on the side of the street. They pulled him over, and they're investigating the shooting, and who the fuck is this guy throwing up? Well, my homeboy came up with the story that he's the one that got shot at. And because the paisas were no longer nowhere to be seen, there was nowhere there to recant the story. So they believed my homeboy, and they took him for public intoxication, right? And they took him to county. They released him the next day. And this fucker was mad, thinking that I left him. And I told this fool, I told this fool, never again will I fucking take you anywhere. Ever. Because prior to this, there was like 3-4 times that we kicked it, and worser shit happened. And maybe I'll leave that for another day. But moral of the story is, beware of who you keep around. Beware of your company, because one stupid move can end your whole fucking life. If this guy would have killed those paisas, I probably would have been doing life for somebody else, for no reason. I would have been locked up. I would have been washed up. I would have thrown my life away over a homeboy that doesn't know how to act, And that homeboy to this day is still a fuck up. Doesn't give a fuck about life. Still toting guns. Still thugging it out. And all because he wants to. So beware of who you keep around, regardless if they're homies or not. The company you keep is a reflection of you. And then at the end of the day, the only winner here was my uncle, because I forgot a brand new gun. And I guess you can say me, because, I came across two beautiful looking women. He was the loser in all this, all because he didn't know how to act, And ever since that day, I've never invited him anywhere, or even looked this way to ask him to roll with me. And not because I'm bitch made or I'm scared, but for the fact that, hey, if I'm going to get busted, or if I'm going to do something stupid, it's going to be because of me, not because of you. And I guarantee you, a lot of you fools watching this right now can sit back and think, damn, I've been to jail because being around the wrong people. Not really because of what I've done, but because of the people I've been around. And that's how it go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story. It was factual, 2001. And I do have plenty more to go. So December 1st, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And other than that, I'm Blue Devil. This has been the Southside Story, and I'm out.